The importance of storytelling in the work that we do at Neighborhood House is incredibly important. And stories for us come in many different ways, whether they're captured in written form so that we can put on our website and send out in direct mail or include in our newsletters, or if they're videotaped and captured so that we can show them through our website, show them through our events, because people may not have the opportunity to actually see our clients in person. Or if it's actually going into our communities and actually hearing the direct stories of various clients that we work with and hear how we've actually provided impact with them. Without the storytelling piece, people don't connect the pieces together. They don't understand necessarily that a human service organization that does case management, that does tutoring, that does transportation, those are really kind of rough concept words. But when you actually see that, kids are playing in a playground and actually hearing them say to you, it's great, we love this playground, it's so much fun, there's so much color here, we love all the toys that we get to play with, that really changes the flavor and the tone of the interaction with an organization. Same with if you hear from a family that we've worked with and you're in a small intimate gathering and they're there talking to you as an individual, a potential donor, saying, without Neighborhood House, I wouldn't have been able to navigate the employment system because everybody in the employment system speaks English, and Neighborhood House speaks Vietnamese, or Neighborhood House speaks Tigrinian or Oromo, and they really understood where I came from my culture, and what I can do, and where I can go, and what the match is for this Western world. And so without those stories to be able to articulate out, what really happens on a detailed level, but also on a personal level, it doesn't make any sense. We're just another organization. We're just another social service agency.
I think that storytelling is a very undervalued way for people to determine what's important. So yeah, with my board, we always start every board meeting with an hour of storytelling. Often we'll have a triggering question like, what humanities experience in the past 3 months moved you? It could have been reading a book, it could have been going to a lecture, it could have been a course, it could have been teaching a course, but for people to actually ground themselves in what's important. I think sometimes as nonprofits, we're so anxious to get to task that we forget about making space for volunteers and even staff members to connect with what really animates them and the drive that gives them that. We do it at staff meeting too. We always have a personal check-in before we get to our business items. So people can talk about whether we give numbers. We have personal weather and professional weather. So people give a number between 1 and 10 about where they are personally and where they are professionally. And then they're allowed to, sometimes people say, that's it, I don't want to talk about it. But other times people say, well, I'm a 3 personally because my mother-in-law is visiting. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm an 8 professionally because, the X or Y happened. And I think it just helps people to show up fully.
Stories are very important because statistics, people's eyes glaze over when they hear statistics. And, the world can be an overwhelming place. There's problems everywhere you turn. And stories really are where problems become inspirational, and that you see somebody overcoming a difficulty or having their lives improved. And without telling the whole story, if you just look at the person from the outside, it can be really depressing. But the story is really where you get to see the uplifting part of that person's life.